Hello and welcome to another MCO update on Bitcoin. We haven't actually talked about the daily chart today because I referred you to the MCO Global channel where I covered Bitcoin's chart in much depth. But it's time again for a daily chart update. Also, I want to take a quick look at Bitcoin dominance. We will actually do that first before I forget. So let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. Always interesting because the altcoins have been selling off a little bit. So you see here that the market is likely following that orange pathway. Check this chart last time yesterday. We can adjust it together. We had a potential price top. That was the communication in this D wave here. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit. But for those of you who don't know the chart, the overall chart, it's important to understand where we're heading. So overall, this entire move from the, you could say from the January 2018 low is just a massive sideways range, okay? We have trend lines, upper trend line, lower trend line, and it's just a range. And the market has reached resistances here recently. And there was a bit of a rejection there from the resistance area. We have not yet reached the yellow trend line. So, I mean, I cannot rule out that we get another high. Maybe Bitcoin dominance will stretch to that trend line there. But overall, at the moment, there is a case that we can make that a top is in just because of the, let's say the extent. Let me open the daily chart actually here. Just the extent of the rally from the, you could say, bear market low from the 2022 lows, right? I mean, throughout this entire bullish cycle, Bitcoin dominance moved up all the time. It has moved up all the time. And of course, not in a completely straight line. Now, there are ups and downs here along the way, as you will know. And so also the current dip is not yet a confirmation that a top is in. There is no way you can confirm that. But what I'm using Elliott Wave for here is to identify tendencies. And assumption is that this here could indeed be a 5-wave move down. Now, it's a shame it didn't do that last move down. That would have been a really nice 5th wave to the downside. But it might very well be that this this move down here is some kind of a diagonal pattern. Please note that the micro patterns on a Bitcoin dominance chart are, of course, not really, very reliable because we're dealing not here, with an It's not a tradable asset. The resistance area that I last updated is located and still unchanged. It's between 63.7% and 65.11%. That's the nearest resistance area here. And we now have to be very mindful that the move to the upside could be a wave 2 correction. Now, if, however, Bitcoin dominance now pushes above resistance, specifically above 64.75%, then follows through with a break above 65.11%, well, then we have to assume that we are likely pushing for another high, potentially in the 67% region. It's just very, very important to understand. There is some upside momentum here without any confirmation. It's exhausted, but we haven't even reached resistance. So the market could very well comfortably stretch a little higher here, the Bitcoin dominance value. Now, it is entirely possible that during the correction that's now unfolding, and seems like Bitcoin might have started a larger correction, that throughout this correction, Bitcoin dominance will go up a little bit further. That's often what happens in Bitcoin corrections. When Bitcoin moves sideways, typically the altcoins can benefit. If Bitcoin starts a correction, Bitcoin typically corrects less than altcoins. Again, that could drive Bitcoin dominance up again a little bit. This is the correction I'm watching for in an ABC structure. We need to see what the extent of it will really be. But as I said to you, we are consolidating on the USD chart below resistance, below the 4,500 level. That's the 88.7 Fibonacci retracement of the initial decline from the January high. We have a 5-wave move to the upside. That definitely does keep the door open for overall higher prices. But at the same time, Elliott Wave teaches us that 5-wave movements are corrected. They will typically get corrected. And then from that B wave low, we could track a C wave rally to the upside to new highs. And the rally towards 130K is still expected, basically. Yeah, the 130K rally is still the next rally we are watching for, but probably not until we have a bit of a pullback in this B wave that might unfold soon. Yeah, so that is how I'm tracking the Bitcoin daily chart. Again, the extent of the pullback is we have to see how it unfolds, right? I mean, as you can clearly see here on the daily chart, there isn't even much of a pullback yet. Thanks so much for watching the videos on this YouTube channel. If you've been thinking about joining MCO as a member, now might be a great time. You can use the link in the video description and apply the discount code right below it. You will get 50% off your first month of our Gold membership, and you can explore everything we offer. It's the easiest way to test the membership, see if it's a good fit for you, and get a feel for the community, join the conversation, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in our member area. So it's actually a broader sideways, hold on. It's actually a broader sideways consolidation, and I shared with you in the last updates, I think yesterday, that it minimally takes a break here, at least from a daily chart point of view, a break below round about 100,670, the Monday low, the Monday the 12th of May low, to suggest that this A wave has topped and we've actually started the B wave. Now let's also take a look here at the smaller time frame for Bitcoin. On the smaller time frame chart, no, that's the Nikkei index here. On the Bitcoin chart, we're just tracking sideways action. I mean, it might very well be that some kind of a triangle is unfolding here. Overall, that it has been a quiet day, like in the stock market as well. As you can see, this range I defined in the previous update is still very much relevant. There's really limited stuff to update at the moment, as long as we are in this sideways consolidation. For me, this, I mean, it still is possible that we get another high. I'm not going to remove the yellow potential from the chart, which is the potential for maybe one more rally, one more high to 109K. I have it on the chart because the market has reacted to Fibonacci support, to our support area here between 101,215 to 101,638 area. Yeah, the market has reacted to Fibonacci support. Reason number one. In addition to that, the market has not broken below the invalidation point. I mean, that's a bit lower, even around 100,700. We are still holding above the invalidation point, which is quite positive. And also pullbacks have so far remained corrective in nature. So it's a three-wave move down here in my interpretation. So from that point of view, I cannot fully confirm yet that we have topped. But as I said to you before, that is currently my working assumption. A lot of the altcoins are coming down as per the expected wave counts. A lot of them completed 5 waves up, right? The ones who didn't formed 3-wave moves and are due a B-wave pullback. Here on the Bitcoin chart, this is just a sideways consolidation, but a break below, especially the red line at 100,750 should accelerate the downside momentum as per the white scenario in this B-wave into that support area we talked about. Overall here, there is much potential for it to chop around. We could be working on a B-wave, for example, that we say this was an A-wave down. We're now working on a B wave, which could reach 105,700. But those are not, we're dealing here with B waves, consolidations, corrections. And we have to give these corrections a little bit of room, a little bit of space. Don't look for precision, please, in corrections. They could even overshoot. But as long as they don't change the trend, they are not part of an upside impulse or anything. So overall, what I can say is we cannot confirm yet formally that this move down has started, but it's my working assumption. But I need further evidence, especially a break below 100,750. So that's the update on Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.